everybody. I'm using nature to help me. I'm washing the seat of the van. That'll be Michelle's seat and bed in our motorhome. And I'm using, it's raining out all day, and I'm sitting here looking out the windows wondering what am I going to do? It's raining, so I can't do any of the projects I had on my list. And then I looked out and the van seat was all wet. And I'm thinking, you know what, because we had it out to wash. And I'm thinking, well, I'll use the rain to help me wash it. It's free. Maybe I should get some shampoo. It's rainy day, so it's not cold, it's nice out. So I'm going around and working the garden. I'm just gonna, I think I'll wrap that around a couple times, why not? Let that wrap around and hang there. Oops, let me pause the camera a minute. I got some behemoth cucumbers. There's another. There's another. And I know there might be some more down inside. I'll have to look. And we got them spreading out over here. The cucumbers are really happy out here. And I harvested some chilies the other day, and cucumbers and tomatoes and everything else. Our tomatoes are alive, but they're ugly. Plenty of moisture, plenty of nutrients, too much sun, too much heat. I still haven't figured it out. Really weird. I still have not figured it out. Tomatoes are not growing. Beans and peas, we started too late. It was too hot. The plants are alive and they're trying to bear fruit, but it's pitiful. It's really, really bad. So I don't know what's going on this year on that. Now the corn, look at that. The corn is happy. And any vine, any Curbis family of plants is beautiful. Cabbages, great. I did let my mustard, what did I call that? What was it? Mustard leaf? Go wild. And then I'll harvest the seeds from it. It's got a spicy, hot bite to it, so I couldn't eat it plain. We got to figure out how to cook it. But the other plants are looking good. Now I keep these trimmed. I'm going to get that when I have two hands free. I keep these trimmed in order to allow airflow down in the base. Another tomato not growing this year, just not growing at all. Our bell peppers are just starting to grow. They're weirdly cool. I wonder if they're cooling their own selves. They've turned their leaves upside down. They're starting to grow little babies now. I've got to weed this place. The strawberries, since I started weeding it out, are loving it. Now I've been working over at the property a lot, cleaning that up, so I haven't been home enough to weed this properly. Does anybody know what this is? It came with the straw. I'm sure it's a weed, but it's huge. It's got pretty little orange flowers. I don't know what it is. It's probably a weed. If it is, tell me what it is. It looks like okra, but it's the best growing plant on the entire property. Thick, heavy stalk. These peppers haven't done a thing, so they're not going to. It's too late. Way too late. Looks like we got a radish. Might have been one of Melanie's seeds that accidentally grew. This one is the best tomato plant we have. Some peppers are finally starting to grow over here in the background. I've got to pull out the wheatgrass. And, oh, this might be the best tomato. I'm not sure. It's a good one. Look, here's our healthiest pepper. Look at that. This is a beauty. Look at that. Really, really nice. Growing well. I never did fill this bed with much of anything, so I had room to spare. I might pop some peas in there for some late season growth. And then I'm going to open up the sunlight. Here's a pepper that's starting to grow. And I don't know where the tags went. I had the tags for them, but I don't know where they went. So I'm not going to disturb them right now. But the cucumbers have taken over this whole back section, all the way from the tomato, all the way back. Look at that, it's beautiful growth, really happy growth. The corn is definitely doing well in this part. And actually, I don't know if there's time. We still got August, September, and partial October before it's too cold, I think, for the corn. We might get a harvest. The potatoes are the very best plant of our entire property. Potatoes, you just plant them and let them go. And summer squash. We've got an abundance of summer squash coming. Melanie's been dehydrating them, slicing and drying. So I might try I'm going to clean this out and then try putting some peas and beans directly in the soil, especially today since it's so wet. But here we've got some, first time in my life, Brussels sprouts. I've never been able to grow Brussels sprouts, so that's a bonus. That's nice. This cucumber, I've harvested one off this before. It's a little bit slower in taking off and it's not as strong, but it's growing. And these peppers have given me some fruit before, and then they sort of stunted. I think they might not be getting enough sun, so I don't know. Like, it's too late to transplant them now. It was too close to this. That was my bad. But anyway, the garden is starting to grow. Here's something I was going to do a video on, and it was, why didn't I do it? I don't remember. It was a while back I made this, and I should have done it on video. But it was rushed. That's why I was rushing that day. To do any video, you got to have a lot of time to record, and I only had an hour and a half to spare that morning. So I whipped this box together out of spare lumber from a shed I demolished, and then lined it with plastic, and then I put my lettuce in here. Again, it's been really brutally hot. It's next to a pine tree, so it's shaded for the hotter half the day. But we'll see what happens. They're alive. They're starting to grow. We're getting a little bit cooler now, so they're starting to grow, and we might still get a good harvest out of this. None of them died, so that's a bonus. Now I've got drainage in the middle, and I covered everything with straw. And this was Amish topsoil, so it's good. It's topsoil mix, so it's good stuff. And then underneath, it's not raining enough to be dripping heavily. There is a dead center. I have a wider gap. You can see I made the floor with boards, and then I put a strong reinforcing board in the middle, just to hold. It's not tied into the legs. That was an afterthought when I put the legs on in the middle like that. It's not tied in here, but it holds all of them together. So if one sags, they all got to sag together. I really wish I had tied it into the legs. I could redo it. But there's a big slat in the middle for drainage and a slice in the bag, the plastic. So this should be fine. I might end up putting a straight edge across here if that ever wants to give me trouble, but I've got screws and nails all the way across in everything. So I think it'll be all right, but we'll keep an eye on it. And then Melanie's strawberry beds this year, since we put straw over them, are happier than sending out runners and babies. So next year we're going to have more strawberries. It's going to be much better next year. Look at Melanie's little flower bed. Really beautifully spreading out. Little rose, I bought her that as a surprise one day. It's growing. I bought rose fertilizer as well, and a lot of ground cover. It needs some weeding, and then she's got some mulch. Where am I here? Here, that I got for her. Some catmint, which is spreading really nice, and then some little, very, very faint, hardly even visible purple flowers. So tiny. Look at that tiny little, very, very faint clusters. But they're happy. They're happy plants. Some of these are perennials. Yeah, that's a perennial, which is great. I think that's an annual. That's an annual, but I'm going to save some for a potted plant inside. And there's an ivy, I think it was an annual. I think we had a couple annuals. I think that was not going to survive outside. That's a perennial. That's gonna take over the whole thing. And then, let's see, she's got here dead nettle, and they have pretty little flowers, tiny little flowers as well, very, very tiny. So she's got to get the mulch in here. I got it for her. That's her. She made this up on her own, all on her own, 100%. Melanie harvested some sweet potato leaves and some water spinach that she planted from seed from some things she ordered from China. And this is what we received in the mail that I thought wasn't going to live that time. And Melanie nurtured it to life. And she eats the leaves. I didn't know you eat the leaves of potatoes. But that's going to be in our dinner, our lunch.
They're good for the blood.
Melanie steamed it briefly, dipped it in boiling water, and eat it just like that, or with your rice. That's fried eggplant. We got some leftover. That's all that's left. I served myself some half of what was left from the other night. That's chicken adobo from our own meat birds. Hey everybody, this is Melanie's form of hamburger. A very, very healthy alternative because this is made of potatoes. She just informed me that she made that all herself out of potatoes. Now, how cool is that? A hamburger with potato bun. Never seen such a thing. Well, we're gonna try it. Well guys, I finished the day with the fence. It was getting dark, so I didn't finish the video. I put every 12 feet, I've got a pole. Just put back what was there. And actually I'm gonna replace the little scrawny ones with the bigger actual T-posts. It'll be better that way and look better. And then I've got a wire run along. My first wire is a guideline, so they were all in straight. And then down there, the old one is crooked still. I didn't do the old ones back to the end. And then I'll put insulators on and run the wire properly. That's another project. Well, thanks for watching, guys. It was quite a day, a very good day at the Off-Grid Homestead. It's Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Please like, subscribe, and share, and follow our daily videos as we strive to become fully self-sufficient and off the grid on a budget. Talk to y'all later.